Hey guys, it's Blackstone Betty. Tonight we're doing dinner on a budget. With the cost of food these days and the large crowd that I'm constantly feeding, whether it's the 4 of us in my family or the 20 of us over, finding ways to feed a family is what I love. And doing it on a budget doesn't mean you have to skimp on the portions. This dinner is pork schnitzel. We all know pork chops are so inexpensive, which is why I love them. Breading them and shallow frying them on the Blackstone will not only give me dinner tonight, but it will also roll over into dinner tomorrow night. I'm going to show you guys how I'm feeding my family for 2 days, maybe 3, for only $9 worth of pork. So let's get started. When it comes to cutlets of any kind, pork is always going to be the most inexpensive. I love the fact that I can serve this for dinner tonight alongside some air-fried green beans or any veggie of choice and roll over all of the extra cutlets for lunches and dinners, whether it be a pork cutlet sandwich or cut up for a salad or just to grab one and go out of the fridge. These are always a family style favorite. They also reheat in the Blackstone air fryer, so perfect. These pork chops have a nice bit of fat around the outside, so we're just going to trim these up ever so slightly. I'm not worried if they're perfect or not. I don't mind a little bit of fat. Once these are trimmed up, we're going to use a meat mallet or a meat hammer and start to pound these out nice and thin. Pork schnitzel, I don't even know how to say it. Pork schnitzel is basically just a big fried pork chop, which in my family, anything that's a cutlet and fried, we love. That was a workout and a stress reliever. So a schnitzel to me is fun for that reason by itself. But look at this pile of meat that we have here. For $9, we've got a lot of cutlets. Now it's time to get these coated and ready for frying. What you want to do is set up a dredging station. It always starts off with usually flour for our first step, and then we have eggs, and then we have some panko breadcrumbs. I went with the plain ones that we'll put right into this third shallow dish. For our eggs, we're gonna add a few splashes of milk. Then we'll whisk this together. We're gonna season up our flour with a little bit of the essential blend from Blackstone. Now you can use any one of the Blackstone seasonings you like. This is replacing my salt and pepper that I would typically put on my pork schnitzel. We're gonna add a little bit to the egg as well, because why not? And then of course, you've guessed it, we're gonna add a little bit to our panko bread seasoning. This essential blend is so delicious. Give everything a quick mix. Get that into the eggs. We start our pork off into our flour that we've seasoned up. Make sure it's coated and then shake some off. Next up, into our egg wash. Let that fall off, and then into our panko breadcrumbs, patting it down nice and well so that this really sticks to these pork chops. Then repeat the process until they're all ready to go. Now these are all coated, let's get this Blackstone ready to shallow fry. We'll turn our Blackstone onto medium heat as well as our air fryers, because I'm going to drop down some veggies to serve alongside these. We want to shallow fry these pork chops in a medium to medium high heat. If your Blackstone runs a little bit hot, go medium to medium low. This way your breading does not burn before the inside of your pork cooks. You'll notice as we shallow fry these just how fast they cook because we've pounded them nice and thinly. While our Blackstone comes up to medium heat, I've dumped a package of French green beans into this freezer bag with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. To that, I'm going to add the Tutto Italiano and drop these into the air fryer while we fry our pork chops. Give these a shake to let them coat evenly. Why I love this dinner altogether between the $9 pork chops and the $5 green beans is that it all cooks at the same time on the griddle. We'll place on our Blackstone cooling rack. This is where we'll hold our pork chops once they're done frying. Now a little bit of extra light tasting olive oil goes down and we start dropping our pork chops in that oil. Be sure to give your pork chops a little press to make sure that they are nice and flat against the griddle. Add more oil as needed. I decided to take off our cooling rack and get these all cooked at one time. This you can't beat. Now these pork chops will cook on one side for about 5 minutes. Once they're golden brown, we'll give these a flip and allow them to cook on the other side until they reach that crispy golden brown color. Key to keeping them cooking nice and low and slow in this oil will allow that pork some extra time to cook, which will create juicier, more tender pork chops without burning the outside of all those panko breadcrumbs. These pork chops are cooking so fast. Look how golden brown these are, Kira. The pork is minutes from being done, so let's drop down our green beans into the air fryer so that everything's done at the same time. And to serve our pork schnitzel, all we need is a little bit of flat leaf parsley and some lemon, which is traditional for it. We'll just roughly chop this. This we're gonna zhuzh up over the top. Serve the pork alongside some lemon wedges. Give our green beans a check and just give them a little shake. Before the pork gets pulled off of the Blackstone, we're gonna hit it with a little sprinkle of kosher salt. Now we're gonna pull off our pork chops. We're gonna let these pork chops cool on the Blackstone cooling rack. The best part is this thing is expandable, which is enough room for all my pork chops. Look at this, $9 worth of pork.
That looks like a lot to me, actually.
I know. Can you believe it? Can you believe $9 worth of pork got us this many pork schnitzel cutlets? Now you could keep them small if you want to and do regular breaded pork chops, but I love pounding them out. To me it feels like I'm getting more meat, more bang for my buck. 13 huge pork chops. One would be enough for a meal for yourself. So this will last a couple days, which I just love. Let's get our green beans out. We're gonna plate up some of these pork chops for dinner tonight. The rest we'll let cool and put away for tomorrow. I think I have a change of heart. I'm gonna leave the pork and serve it right off of the expandable cooling rack. We're gonna plate up our green beans. These smell so heavenly. We love air fried veggies in this house. You can do, yes, you can do this with, we like Brussels sprouts, we like broccoli, we like it all. We've got our pork, we've got our green beans. Maybe we can make it look a little bit prettier though. What do you think? Since presentation is key, I'm going to put my green beans on here. Using this as our platter, we'll zhuzh it up with our lemon. Put some lemons everywhere for people to squeeze on as they wish. One right there, one right there. How's it looking? Are you getting hungry?
Very.
Well, guess what? You guys have pork for days with this. Some parsley, or a lot of parsley because we like it. It's pretty. That's it. This dinner literally cost $9 for the pork, $5 for the green beans. we always have on hand eggs and flour, our milk. So making any type of cutlet should always be simple and easy, especially when you have the help from the Blackstone Griddle. Shallow frying any kind of cutlet is just easy. I cannot wait to take a bite of this. I'm gonna grab one before the family comes in. Love the crunch. You can hear the juices too.
Oh yeah.
All right, so this is how I like to serve it. Cut nice and thin into strips. Unless it's on a sandwich, of course. This is perfect over a salad. This is perfect with some pasta. It's perfect really with anything, correct? Tonight,
Yeah.
it's with green beans. Oh, it's juicy.
How is it?
It is so good. I know I do this every time, but it really is so good. A little lemon over the top. Oh. Now my family's staring at me like they can't wait to get in here and eat. So you guys have to go make these. We love sharing your remix of all of our recipes. So be sure to tag us when you do make this. Tag Blackstone Betty, tag Blackstone products. Until next time, I'm Blackstone Betty. Go make some pork schnitzel. I bet you can say it better than I can. You're gonna love it. I know it, so go make it. Good.